Hey, it's Kayla. If you like cats or crafts, you're in the right place. So welcome to today's video. It's going to be a little bit of a mishmash one. I was kind of having an off day and I wanted to record a lot of things and I didn't really have a complete plan of what was going to come out in what order. So I recorded a bunch of stuff. I'm actually editing the video you're about to watch, so we are impromptu recording the intro way after the video was filmed. But I was having a little bit of an off day and I was going to record the Christmas bucket, or what I have so far for that, but I just wasn't feeling the energy. The energy was off, so I did have to leave in some clips from that, just a little bit, to give you some context for the rest of the video, but the rest of the video will be making a... Sorry, Happy is joining the class today. But we are going to be making a mesh market bag, and then remaking a mesh market bag, and then making some scrunchies, because I need to get the energy right for that Christmas bucket. And since recording these clips that you're about to see, I've actually made a few more things for the Christmas bucket and a couple things for myself. So I'm excited to show you everything, and I will be editing away because as of recording this, I have about 4 days until I move into my new apartment, so I'm going to try to edit these videos in advance a little bit, so sorry if the timeline's a little off, but I will show you my apartment as soon as we move in. But for now, let's make a market bag. So here's me telling you about all the colors. This beautiful, I think it's poopery. Yeah, it's poopery, or potpourri, however you pronounce that. But it's this beautiful, like, neutral tan, but it has flecks of purple and pink and blue in it. And I pair it with this brown. I've already made one of these bags, so I will be making another, and you will probably, I'm pretty sure, see this bag come up. Hey guys, different day. We're still continuing the market bag. We've got some new accessories because my eyes were super tired. I haven't worn glasses since like middle school, which is probably the last time I wore these guys. So lots of throwbacks in this video. I know I started this video with like a stash haul Joann's moment. I don't really know how much of that's going to be split into different videos. For me, I actually just uploaded the first video you guys saw yesterday. It took so much time re-editing that. I was trying to edit it with Canva and I couldn't export it because the video was too long. I was having a whole slew of technical difficulties. So sorry about that for anybody who I told I was going to have a video and then there was no video for like several days. So my bad. We are living and learning. I'm so excited to be a part of this space now though, and it's just, I'm so excited to be here. So I'm going to continue this market bag. I almost started a different project because I got really excited over the yarn that I showed you guys that I had no idea of what I wanted to do with yet. I think I have an idea. I think I want to make a raglan with it. I don't know if I have enough, which is always the problem. I never know how to estimate how much yarn I need for a project, but there's a pattern I seen that only needed a little less than 3 skeins of about the skein size I got, but it was for a much smaller person, so I'm not sure. I'm large, so I'm not sure how much it's gonna take for me, but I'm hoping to make at least like a mesh top, because I feel like they make, like, you can make a bigger piece that's mesh and it doesn't take as much yarn. I don't know if that's true, because this is mesh and it takes a lot of yarn too, so I'm really not sure how all of that works, but I'm really excited to make my first raglan. And the bright side is, even if I don't have enough of that specific yarn to make the raglan, I have tons of other acrylics I can pair with it, so I'm hoping that I can do something cool with that yarn, especially because it's just so cute. I'm so excited for it. But I also have a friend, or an ex-coworker, who is having a baby soon, and I'm very excited for her. And I've been thinking about wanting to make my first baby blanket. And I have another coworker that makes a lot of baby blankets. So I asked her where she gets a lot of her patterns, and it looks like she gets them from, I think it was Daisy Farm Crafts. I'll put something in and about it right here, but there's this beautiful V-stitch blanket that I really want to try to make. The problem is I don't have like baby yarn. I mean, I have a little bit from somebody else's stash, but I don't trust that around a baby anymore because of all of the other stuff that it's been with. It has like this smell that you can tell it's been stored for a while, and I don't want to give that to a little baby. So I think I want to go to Joann's again, which my bank account doesn't really want me to do, but I'm gonna try to be strong, and I'm gonna try to get just the baby blanket I go in for. She wants pink, so I don't know if it's a girl, but she wants pink and colors that goes with pink when I asked her what colors would be good for a blanket. So I'm hoping that Joann's has some sort of baby yarn or something that we can use. I don't know if I want to look into some baby velvet yarn, because I know Bernat has a baby velvet, and I really never used their baby velvet for anything because I like their big velvet for my scrunchies, but I've never used the baby velvet. So I have a feeling that it's just the same thing, but maybe like a thinner weight of yarn. So that might be perfect for what I'm doing, because I think that V-stitch is going to be a little dense if it's using too big of a yarn. But I don't have any baby yarn, so we're gonna have to go to Joann's at some point. It might not be in this video, it might be a next video kind of thing. So for this video, I want to finish up this market bag. I'm almost done with it. All I have left are the straps. They do take the longest, and I did them a little differently this time, which I don't know if I love because they're super curly, but I did the main part of the mesh bag with my normal, like I use a 5.5 because it's my only Clover and More hook. So I did the main part of the mesh with this 5.5, but I used a 4 for the straps, and like, I think I also didn't do the very first part of it the same size, because the way that you work up this bag is you make this little chunk first, then you do the whole mesh, and then you connect it with another chunk on this side, and then you start working in the round kind of for the straps. So what's weird to me is I'm pretty sure I used the same hook, but by the time I made it to the other side, which this front side facing you is like the side I ended on, this first side feels like it's longer. It's the same amount of stitches I've counted, but I don't know if you can tell, it goes way further than it should. So I'm not sure if my tension changed between doing one side and the other. I have spent a couple days just in my free time doing this bag. The handles always take the longest time because they're just really dense and even tinier single crochet than I'm normally used to. and Lily Sugar and Cream is just like a really stiff yarn, so it takes a while. I also tried to take some time-lapse footage of this, and I was trying to do it in my lap, and I have no idea if that looked at all good, but it's probably in there because I needed the content. I've been told that people really enjoy the longer videos because they like to crochet along with me with whatever project they're working on, and it just gives them some good background noise and just like a good vibe. So I love that, and I want to keep doing that for everybody because that's what I've been doing with all of my crochet YouTubers that I watch all the time. I usually watch Passionate Kelsie or Jazzy, or sometimes I watch Mrs. Moon in Heaven. Like, I love all of them, and they're all just such, like, really what inspired me to start this channel. I have a whole bunch of crafters I like to watch, just those are the main three that I can think of that are like the crochet ones that I love. I obviously started with Passionate Kelsie. That's where I get a lot of my inspiration for the pattern that I like and the yarns that I've been introduced to because I watched mostly her. I've branched out a little bit and found some other cool people. And then there's just been like crafters that I've always had in my rotation, even though I'm not necessarily into that craft myself. I really enjoy watching people like Katie over at Royalty Soaps and Lori at The Icing Artist. I think they're just a blast to watch. And if you're ever looking for recommendations of just like people to put on and like watch them have fun doing whatever they're doing, those are some good options too if you're looking into something that's not necessarily always crochet, because I know if I just consume the same thing for too long, I get bored of it. So sometimes when I crochet, I like to watch things that are not crochet just to make it a little easier, but I totally understand wanting to crochet along with somebody. And if you are crocheting or knitting or crafting of any kind in the background right now, or have me in the background while you're crafting, please put down in the comments what you're working on. I would love to know. I love a fellow crafter. I love complimenting you on whatever you're working on. I don't know if you can share pictures in the comments of YouTube, but my DMs are open on Instagram. If you ever want to send me what you're working on, I would love to see it. And if you have any little kitties, I've been getting a lot of people texting me, we have the same cat, and they'll send me pictures of cats that look just like Lily or cats that look just like Flower, and it's so cute because, yeah, my cats do have a lot of doppelgangers. They're pretty cute cats, if I have to say, but I do say that they're very copy-paste, especially Flower and Mouse. If you see them running next to each other, other than the fact that one's fluffier than the other, they look the same. Their personalities, though, far from the same. Flower's this little like introvert, I want to keep to myself and play with my own toys kind of cat, and Mouse is, hi, I want to be all up in your business. And you can cuddle Flower and pick him up and carry him. Mouse, though, he wants to be played like bongos, not picked up. It's so funny. And then Lily, she's just her own little personality. She's super shy, but if she likes you, she will just climb onto your lap and plant herself there. It doesn't matter if you wanted her there or not. So it's super fun to see all their personalities come out. This is the first time that I've had like cats that I've raised on my own, especially Lily, who I bottle fed. Like, it's crazy to see them grow up and create their own personalities, and I love to see that shine, and the differences between all of them is so fun. I don't think I will be doing these straps like this again, just with a small hook. Maybe a smaller hook than the main bag, but like not this small of a hook, because oh my gosh, my hands hurt so bad. I do love the way the straps are coming out. Like, they're super dense, and I've not been having issues with the other ones stretching out weird, but like, I don't love the way they stretch out, so I was thinking a smaller hook would make this a little better, but I don't think it's worth the hand pain. So this will be one that I'm gonna have to work on just a little bit at a time, just because my hands, I can't take it. So I think we're gonna move on to a different project just for the time being. I will come back to this. This will be finished. This will probably make it to the Christmas bucket. I have plenty of time to finish this and only like 2 or 3 rows on these straps left, but it's going to be one where I'm going to do a half a strap every now and then because it's painful. We won't be doing that again. I'm just going to go back to either doing a slightly bigger hook than this for the small hook, or I'm going to do just one hook for the whole thing, because as good of a maker as I am, this is not doing it for me, Chief. Okay.
Hey, jump scare.
different day. But I just wanted to put in that I did finish that bag and I hated it. I hated it for good reason. So this was my original bag that I had shown you from before, that I was like, oh, I'm gonna make the exact same one, which I mean, I do love it. These are the straps that I had made, and like they're okay. They're not the best, they're not the worst. I'm still getting better at that like foundation chain slip, like single crocheting into the like first row is always a pain, but like they're super stiff and curly. So I thought, oh, maybe they're curling because they're not tight enough. I don't know what I thought, but it was like the same problem I was having when I started the cardigan for the first time that I was making for my grandma, and I didn't like the panel because it was super stiff. So I sized up in a hook to make it better, and I don't know why I thought, oh, maybe if I size down it'll be better. That's not at all how that works. But anyway, I did end up frogging that entire bag that you just saw me make and make it again with a bigger hook. So I ended up using my 5.5 for the entire thing and the straps. And then I even made sure to be like a little loose on when I do my single crochets, sometimes I like to pull it a little bit right after finishing the single crochet to like tighten it, which is good for some things, but is not as good for others. So you can definitely actually see, I haven't held these side by side yet, but this one's like the super stiff one that I did where I pulled all of my stitches closed, and this is my nice, like, it's so much better. It's not as stiff, it's not as like wonky. I don't even know how to describe it, but they just don't look as nice. So when I did this, I got like super excited, and I actually didn't start redoing this bag until after I started making a couple more. So I had what you just saw in the video of like it's super stiff, and I was like, this is hurting my hands, I can't make anymore, but I was still like itching to make a market bag. So I pulled out some, you know, newer yarn that we had actually just got, and I started making another market bag. And this is where I discovered like I just need to be looser with it and like take my time to make sure that I do that first row really good, and then the rest of them just make sure I have a consistent loose tension and do it with the bigger hook size. And this bag came out so cute that I frogged the other one and made this guy. And since I already had the yarn out and I was already doing it, I made the second one. So I actually ended up with 3 market bags in the time it took me to film, edit, and upload the video you are currently watching. So I say that's a pretty good win. And then I of course have the original one. I still like it. It's still okay. It's not my best, but it's still okay. These ones are going to be how I make my market bags going forward, because they're just so much, the handles are so much nicer and more consistent, and they give good handle energy, whereas this one's is not as good handle energy. So I'm not going to be frogging this one because I finished this one a long time ago and I don't want to, but I did frog this one that you just saw me make because it needed it, and it's so much better, and I'm so much more happy with it, so much so that I had to make 2 more market bags. So you will see more of these market bags, and thank you so much for watching. And I think there's some more footage actually. I don't know why I'm going into an outro. Pretty sure there's some scrunchies I'm gonna make soon, so look forward to that. Bye! So I'm gonna set this aside, but I want to figure out what my next project is. Is it a raglan? Is it a raglan? Can I fit a raglan in this video? I think no. I think a raglan might have to be its own video, just because I'm gonna have to try it on a whole bunch, and I'm gonna have to figure out sizing, and it's gonna be a whole new pattern. So I think that might be its own video. Maybe soon? I don't know. I'm really excited about it, so I think it might be soon, but it's definitely not going to be in this video. So let's talk beanies or scrunchies. So my problem is I have this huge box of yarn here, which was the first place I went when I was thinking about a baby blanket, because the pattern I was looking at was calling for Karen yarn, which I have a lot of really old, well, I don't know how old, but really old to me Karen yarn, and a couple of really cute colors, and then just like a little bit of baby yarn. But again, I think this is super old, and I don't know what this has been around, and I don't want to put it around a newborn child if I don't know what it's been around. Which, like, I don't know what Joann's yarn has been around either. I'm sure there's a ton of people there touching all the fabrics. So I think no matter what, I'm gonna have to wash the baby blanket, or have the mom wash the baby blanket, just in case anything is weird on it. But I have these really cute pinks that I would love to use. Let me actually move you guys, because the lighting over there is atrocious. So let's put you over here. Yes, that lighting is way better. Okay, so I have these really cute, just like pinks, and this one's like pink and teal. I don't know if she wants blue. She asked for pink and colors that goes with pink, which, I mean, if this has pink in it, I would say it's colors that goes with pink, but I don't want to assume. So I don't have enough flat pink in my stash to accomplish what I want to do. Yeah, because the only other pink I have is sparkle pink, and I'm definitely not making a sparkle pink blanket for a baby, because that is irritation city, I'm sure. And I really want her to love this blanket, and I want her to have one that like is handmade and like nice and not scratchy, and something her baby won't enjoy, or might be even worse and cause like inflammation and reactions on the baby's skin. It's the last thing I want to do. So I think we might be going to Joann's this weekend is my plan, to get some baby yarn. I'm hoping they have some pink at least one of the stores in my area. Fortunate to have 3 still open that I can drive to within like 20 minutes of us. So I will be going to those, maybe with Raven, if I can convince him to come. He's not like not a fan of coming with me, but when I get into Joann's, I get lost in Joann's. So it depends on if he wants to come hang out with me or not. Because he's a crafter, but he is not the same level of crafter. So it really depends. So give me just a moment, and I'm gonna get my velvet yarn buckets out. So we have the one that I packed, but I also have some Juicy Couture that I set aside for some scrunchies. I think scrunchies the move today. I don't know if I want to do any knitting right now, so I think it might be some scrunchie time. Okay, I definitely want to do a Juicy Couture. I haven't touched this bucket really since I bought it. It was one of the first times I went to Joann's after knowing they were going out of business, and it was the second Joann's I'd went to, because like I said, I have 3 stores in our area, and the first store I went to had absolutely no Juicy Couture at all. Nothing, not even like the XL kind, none of it. There was no Juicy Couture to be found. There was also not really any cotton yarn to be found, which is why I went to the second store, because I was looking for cotton yarn for the Mesh Market bags. And the second store I went to had a whole crap ton of Lily's Sugar and Cream and Juicy Couture, and they even had some of the sparkly kind, which I have never, like, outside of the one skein that I got forever ago, and this was like a splurge purchase because Juicy Couture is not like the cheapest, but it is when it's on sale. So I stocked up on really every color they had. I was really sad to see they didn't have really any, I'd say like vivid colors. Like, this is giving Christmas, Valentine's Day, and one skein of blue. And I was really sad because I'm a purple and blue lover, and they really didn't have a big selection. They only had this color, and I've already worked one of the skeins that I bought up into scrunchies. It made 4 of them, and they're super pretty, and I will be making this into more of them. Or maybe a matching headband? Not probably scrunchies. They're so cute. And I like to make the scrunchies because there's something small that I can give out to people that make them happy and have, like, they have a special handmade item, but it doesn't take me very long to make, and it doesn't hurt my wallet because I'm able to make so many from one skein, where I love Juicy Couture, but they only make 4. So when I get velvet, I really like getting the Bernat velvet because I can make like 20 out of a Bernat velvet. I have never actually tested that series. I should see how much one skein of Bernat velvet actually makes me, because I don't actually have a definitive number of how much those make me. I just know they make way more than 4. So I think we should pick out some colors today. I don't know what my stock is. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go grab my scrunchie bag. Okay, so the scrunchie bag, I mentioned it in my first video. It is super stretched out, but I do actually really love this yarn. It's super sparkly, and it makes the perfect scrunchie bag when I had this completely full. I ended up taking it with me to the vet and my dentist office and a couple stores with me on Easter, and I just handed out scrunchies to people that were helping me, like at the cashier or whatever, because, you know, everybody deserves a little, like, just fun thing to add to their day, especially like in the middle of a work day. I don't know, I just get in these grooves where it's just like work days suck. So if you have something just like small that makes your whole day better, which I was super fortunate. One of the stores we went to, it was a super busy store that day, and I got to the till, or like in the line, and we were at the front of the line waiting for one of the cash registers to open up, and I saw a girl come in and open up her register, and so she had just gotten there, and I gave her one of the scrunchies, and she's like, oh my gosh, this made my day. I just got here, but this is gonna be like the thing I'm gonna be touching all day long, and I'm so excited about it. So it was really fun just to make people happy. I love making people happy, so hopefully I can make some more people happy in the future with the rest of the scrunchies that I'm about to make. So let's go through my stock first. I'm just getting everything laid out here to kind of see what I have. Variety of different colors, which is interesting because a lot of my dark colors immediately left. When I started handing out scrunchies to people, those were the first to go, which I find so funny. But I did end up keeping a few of them, which is interesting. So let's see. Okay, let's start with the color I have most of. So I have the most of this baby pink color, which this is actually the Amazon yarn. So it's, I don't know if you can tell just based on like, this one's a Bernat yarn. They are a completely different caliber of yarn. They look exactly the same right here, so I sound like I'm nuts, but I promise you that this scrunchie is way bigger than this scrunchie when it's in your hand. It feels denser. It's just, it feels like a bigger time. I don't know. But they're all super soft, which, I mean, as long as you have it super soft, I think you can really put it in your hair no matter what. Ooh, throwing things. Okay, so I have 4 of these. We'll put those back in the bag as we're talking about them. I have 1 gold. I love this gold color, so I will be making more. I have a whole bunch of, I think I have 2 or 3 skeins of this in Bernat, so I can make a bunch of them. And then I have a lighter gold. I have 2 of these. So I have more of most of these colors. The only ones I don't have more of are these. I have 2 sparkle Juicy Couture ones left in, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what color because I didn't keep track when I first made these, but I have 2 left. So I've given away, I think I actually might have gotten 5 out of this skein. I don't remember, but I believe I've given away at least 1, and then I have at least 1 stashed away for myself. So 2 of these, and then 2 of the blues that I showed you before. These, the Juicy Couture ones, I love the Bernats, but they're so much softer. They're both soft, but this one's just so much softer. I don't know how to explain it, but 2 blues, and then 1 baby blue in the Amazon velvet. This one, I think I made a little too big in the center. I've added too many single crochets, so the ruffles are kind of crazy on it, but it will still make a great scrunchie because once it's all tied up in your hair, you won't know. So it's okay. Nothing has to be perfect, just like this beautiful white one. It doesn't lay completely flat as it should, but it's still beautiful. It's gonna be a great scrunchie for somebody. Somebody's gonna love this. So we got 1 white one. We got 1 like cute powder blue color, super pretty. We have 1 of this, like, I'd say like a dusty rose pink, and then this looks white in the camera, but compared to the white, it is a like pinky cream color, which is pretty cute. It's very clean girl aesthetic. I like it. That is all of the scrunchies I currently have. It is kind of a sad amount compared to how much I originally had in here when I started taking the bag around. I was so nervous I was gonna end up with so many leftover scrunchies that I just started giving away because I didn't want them. We have no green right now, so I'm gonna make some green ones. They are actually like the ones that go the fastest. I had some Amazon green. I got the big like thing of 8 skeins of Amazon green, and I've made all of them into scrunchies, and I've given away every single one of them. Green is just a very popular color, so I'm really excited to have some of this like foresty green. And I have it in sparkly and not sparkly. And something I saw was people would reach for that purple one, but then they saw it was sparkly and they didn't want it, which I have the opposite effect for sparkles, but I want to keep that in mind for some of the people that I'm giving them to. So I'm going to make some not sparkly ones too. I think we can work all of these up today. That might be ambitious, but it's only 8 and they usually take me like 20 minutes a piece to make. So realistically, I should be able to get them done in a couple hours. So I will see you in a couple hours.
Well, starting, I don't know, it's a little bit late in the day. This morning there was a tornado.
So I did pre-cake these, mostly just to justify that I have a yarn winder. And because they were having some yarn barf issues when I was trying to pull from the center. So now we're getting started. I have my yarn, my pack of scrunchies, or a pack of hair ties. They're gonna be scrunchies because of me. Okay, I will see you when I have 8 of these, hopefully. I take it around. I take that bag with me to the dentist office and to like my vet techs, and I just take it around because it has so many scrunchies in it. And yes, I want to keep some scrunchies for have a lot more progress probably when I get closer to when I take my back pants. And we have another cat foot transition. Thank you, Flower. Okay, so I just watched my first video on YouTube for the first time, which was a crazy feeling. There's a mouse in the background. He'll probably walk across the desk in a minute, but in the time it took me to watch that video from beginning to end, I ended up making 2 scrunchies and discovering that I don't know where my little needle that I weave in all my ends with went, so I will have to find more of those. He came from the other direction. The unexpected. Thank you. Guess this isn't a through street, it's a dead end. So anyway, I'm on my 3rd one. I haven't started the sparkle one yet. I'm about, I honestly might get 4, I might get 5. I don't know, I think 5's ambitious. I usually get 4, so we're 2 in and working on a 3rd, but there's definitely some parts of that video I wish I could improve, and oh my gosh, I can tell that I need a new camera because the quality of footage is just not it. So I'm so sorry. We'll get those as I develop, as this channel hopefully gets bigger. I'm at like, I think 13 or 14 subscribers now, which like, I know compared to like, I don't know, like the big YouTubers, that's nothing, but trying to picture 14 people in the room sitting there watching me crochet is like a lot of people in my brain. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that just seems like too many people to feel comfortable sitting in one room with. So at least I don't have to sit in the room with you guys. You guys just watch from afar and I can pretend that there's only like 1 or 2 of you, so it'll be great. But I hope you guys are at least liking the content. I know, like I said, the quality of the content isn't 100% up to snuff of where I would want it to be, but, you know, we have to start somewhere, and I think this is a pretty good start, and I loved my choice of music, and I'm hoping to use some more of that in the future. I think I also need to fix my outro, because it's just not a good format for what I discovered while trying to upload it to YouTube. There was so many difficult things that came along with figuring out how to edit and export and upload and all the different configurations for the uploading, and I am a computer person on a normal basis, but I still have a lot to learn when it comes to doing all of the film-based computer stuff. So it's a fun time, and I'm excited to keep growing and getting better at it, and I can't wait to do the next video. Like I'm already planning the next one in my head, and I could tell from where I was in the last video, I was already planning this video in my head. I was super excited to film all my Joanne stuff, and I can look back at my videos that I've just recorded for this video and already like, I want to re-record it and do it better, but I'm gonna just upload what I have, because if I keep re-recording what I've already done, I'm never gonna get any videos up, because I'm just gonna try to make one video perfect, and the goal of this channel was not to be perfect. The goal was to show you what I'm doing, what I'm working on, and just, you know, be human. Something I did want to note, and let's see if I can do gracefully here. If you ever hear snoring in my videos, this is the culprit. He sits under my desk, and all he does is sleep, so he's a good boy, but he is a snorer, so. If you ever happen to hear snoring in my videos, just know it's my dog, not me. I promise I'm not sleeping through my own video. And if you're sleeping through my video, I hope you enjoy the content in your dreams, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna finish these up. I've said that several times at this point, but I think I'm gonna stop recording for now, and I will cut back to tomorrow, Kayla, maybe? I don't know, it depends on how long it takes me to do these. Like I said, in the 40 minutes it took me to watch the last, or my video, 40 minutes it took me to watch my video, because I have a video now. That's so fun to say. In the 40 minutes it took me to watch my video, I ended up making 2 scrunchies, and if this only makes 8, that means I only have to watch my video 3 more times, right? Math? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not going to watch my video. I was actually thinking about watching Hamilton the musical because I haven't actually seen it, and it's on YouTube, so I think that might be the vibe. So I'll see you when I'm done. Hamilton? I needed to watch that sooner. That's so good. I'm still like wiping away tears from Eliza because, oh my gosh. Girl, are you okay? But also, she's awesome. Lives an extra 50 years and just like kicks ass the whole time? How could you ask for anyone better? Honestly, 10 out of 10 favorite character. Anyway, after watching Hamilton, I have a total of 3 sparkly completed and 6 not sparkly. But the thing about these is they're a lot smaller than the sparkly ones, and it's my fault, not the yarn's fault. I just didn't do as many single crochets in the center. I made them a lot flatter because I didn't have to do as many treble crochets, so it didn't do as big of a ruffle. But I felt like that kind of worked out because if you're not like a girly, sparkly girl and you don't really want like the full-blown scrunch, it might make sense to have flatter ones. I might not do this for every skein, but it worked out because I had exactly enough to make 6 of them. And I normally only get 4, so I kind of call that a win. So they're smaller, but I have more of them. I still need to weave in the ends, but I have to find my tapestry needle, and honestly, I didn't even try to look for it, so I'll find it soon, and I'll weave in all of these ends. I do love the way that the full fluff ruffles come out, though. This is the pattern I follow from Passioknit Kelsie. I followed the same one, it's just I didn't, like I said, I didn't do as many, but it still worked out. I have just a little bit of sparkly left. I have enough to do one more, and I was part of the way through it, but it's getting pretty late and Raven's almost home, so this is probably all we're going to get done for today's video. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for going through my stash with me, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Please put down below anything that you were working on while watching this video. I'd love to hear about it. And like and subscribe, share, all of that YouTube jazz. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!